how do we get to where we are, and how important is every little story? Unfortunately, for most of us, we don't remember our great-grandparents or our great-great-grandparents, but we're all very valuable, and every single person's story is incredible. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be here. Imagine that there's 100 generations before you, and anything could have gone wrong in that context, and you wouldn't be here. So if you take that perspective and recognize how valuable and important you personally are, it leads you to believe and understand that listening to someone else's story is extremely important, and recognizing in their story, your story, and that you are a part of it. How do we get people to understand where they are in Colorado, where they are in our part of the world? This is the land of the Great Spirit. That's what our tribe, the Ute Tribe, has always called it. And the difficulty is people don't really know where they are. They don't know the background. They don't know the history. And so knowing the history is really important. Recognizing that there are people that have been here long before you is always very powerful. And so being able to talk about that, detail that, and explain it to others so they have a perspective of someone else's place. It puts them, it gives them a perspective of where they are, how they're going to be there, and in the future to go out and look for other things that put them there and keep them there, that they are protectors of this place too. Well, if you get to know the history and you get to know other people, you're able to get in touch with not only where you are, who you are, but also those people who came along before you. I am Johnny Valdez. I am a Native historian, and I wrote a special story about the Brunot Agreement. It is the agreement that ties together how the Ute Tribe passed over their land to the United States government. It's a very confusing story if you're a local child from Colorado, because you probably never heard the story. You just recognize there's beautiful mountains, great hikes, great fishing places, great places to go hunting, great places to go skiing. If you're from Colorado, that's what you know. What you don't know is that there's a great history behind it. And I wrote this story in the Power of Place magazine for the US 250, Colorado 150 magazine that talks about that perspective. It's a different perspective.
To read this story, visit colorado150southwest.org.
Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.